My 32 male wife, 35 female, is suggesting we open our marriage to my childhood friend. My wife and I have been together for 10 years, married for 8 years, and now have 2 small kids together. She is the love of my life, and I could not imagine myself with anyone else. About 3 years into our marriage, she started to show attraction to Asian characters in the shows and movies we watched together on our weekly movie nights. At first, I brushed it off as a joke, but I realized she was serious about a month ago when we started watching Chicago Med. She joked often of wanting one of the characters, Dr. Choi, to be her doctor so he could feel her up. I laughed along until she insisted we stop watching when Dr. Choi got into a relationship with another doctor. Thinking about it now, throughout our entire relationship, Asian men caught her attention. For the past few years, she's been obsessed with popular K-pop members, joking how she would rather be with Eric Mun and Jimin. Even going as far to say that she's disappointed she got stuck with a white man and that our babies aren't as cute. A friend of mine since childhood is Korean and visits with us often. He and my wife have become friends. I always thought she acted weird around him, but I never took it personally until last night. As I was cleaning up dinner, she put the kids to bed and asked to sit down and have a talk about something important. I was hesitant, but agreed. She started it by saying that she didn't feel like our sex life was as fulfilling as it used to be. I was taken aback and asked what I could do to bring her more fulfillment. She suggested we bring in a third person into our sex life. I instantly knew she had someone in mind despite her denying it. After an hour of talking in circles, she revealed she had been having sexual thoughts and urges regarding my childhood friend, and she suggested I watch. I was stunned and told her I didn't want to discuss this anymore and slept in the living room. She took the kids to school this morning and went to help her sister pack, as she is moving soon. We haven't spoken since last night, and I don't know what to do. I'm sat in my car outside my office writing this. I don't want to go home and see her knowing what she's thinking about. I think I want a divorce, as she's clearly no longer the woman I fell in love with, and I suspect she has already acted upon her argus with him. Is that too big of a jump over a sexual fantasy? Update. First of all, I want to thank your community for the support. I'm sorry for the late update. Things have been busy around my house. To fill you all in relatively quickly, I returned home the night I made the post, and my wife and I were still not speaking. I waited until she was putting the kids to bed to make a call to my friend. I wanted to talk to him alone. I slipped outside and made the call. I told him everything. He told me he was so sorry for me and that my wife's behavior was disgusting. He then confessed to me that a few years into my wife and I's marriage, she, drunk, made a move on him at a mutual friend's party. It began as flirting, and my friend was not entertaining it. She kissed him and he left the party early. I asked him why he never told me about it. He said he didn't want to ruin our marriage over something she did while drunk. They never spoke about it and continued as normal friends. Now that a week has passed, I figured out that this party aligns with the start of her strange behavior towards Asian men in media. I thanked him for sharing this with me and hung up. I immediately went inside and confronted my wife. I was officially disgusted with her for pushing a kiss on my friend and suggesting I watch her be with him. I told her exactly how I was feeling and what my friend had told me. My wife admitted she only asked to open our bedroom to him because she has had feelings for him for years and wanted to keep herself from cheating on me. I explained that she already had and wrecked the foundation of our relationship. I told her we were divorcing, not to try and stop me. I was not changing my mind. In the last week, I have been staying with friends and family. She has done nothing but harass me via my number. I am proud to say I have given her no attention. I see her still while stopping by my house during the day for my kids. They are too young to understand what's going on. As I mentioned in my last post, they attend a daycare schooling program for young children during the summer. As a result, I never spend long in the house and typically leave while taking them there. She won't mention it in front of them, so it hasn't been as issue. I have been seeking out a lawyer for divorce proceedings and looking for an apartment in my kids' school district. I feel freed. Many of you were right. Our marriage has been dead for a very long time. I'm not sure if I can ever see my friend the same way. I want to start therapy and try to work on it. He's been a very close friend since childhood, and I would hate to lose him. My friends and family have been very supportive, so have most of you on Reddit. You've helped me very much and made me feel valid in my feelings. I thank you all for that. Second story. Opened marriage, regret it. My wife and I have been together for over 15 years now, dated since 18 years old. Never been any cheating or anything like that, and loyalty was always big for us both. We always had a great connection and didn't necessarily need anything more. I never would have thought in a million years we'd open our marriage to anyone. What was intended to start off as just a possible threesome turned into my wife developing feelings for the other woman and us somehow being in a triad-type relationship. I was not the one who initiated this idea. We first met the other woman when this all started, and it's now been over 2 years. I never fully was on board. Out of curiosity, I was open to the idea of a threesome since we didn't have much experience dating so young. However, it was never a need for me. My wife quickly got emotions involved and strayed away from what we originally agreed on. This left me confused, since I didn't know she could have these feelings for a woman before this started. That caught me off guard because I didn't think it could possibly get that deep. Now I feel like I've been trying my best to adjust because I don't think I'll view us the same if this doesn't work. I'm disappointed in myself for giving into a sexual temptation that wasn't wrong, since my wife was all for it and it wasn't behind her back. I didn't cheat on her, but I feel like I cheated us. We had something special, and it's hard for me to see us in that same light right now. As of late, I've been struggling badly emotionally, and I try to keep my distance because I'm very triggered by their connection. I can't help but feel betrayed all of the time. My wife feels she's not doing anything wrong, even though I've expressed from the beginning it was a struggle for me and often feels like too much for me. They only get closer with time. She basically lives with us and sleeps in bed with us every night. In the first 3 months of this year, it's been about 5 days she slept at her own home. I had to ask her to leave for a day just so my wife and I could spend our anniversary alone. There's such a disconnect now for me. Their sleep schedule is identical and their days are pretty much integrated with one another from start to finish. The other woman has feelings for me as well, but I often keep my distance as she knows I'm still not all the way on board with it, and I'm more closed off at times. I had a conversation with my wife today and I said I'm questioning if I can do this any longer because my views on being with them both has never changed to a yes. I told my wife I only want to be with her, and I also said I'm not sure if I'll be okay with them being just friends after so much history. Before I said it would more than likely have to be all in, the triad relationship or nothing. How can I accept my wife being just friends with someone I know she's in love with and that person loves her deeply too? They even work together and help each other with their businesses. How could I be okay with that continuing if we're not together without feeling like I'm being cheated on, betrayed in a way? The conclusion of our conversation today was, my wife doesn't want to force me to be with the other woman, but she wants us all to work. Since I can't accept them being just friends, my wife said she will continue to date her because she does have feelings for her and wouldn't dispose of her like that. I can't believe I got myself into this messy situation and can't see me being fine with my wife still dating someone else while being married to me. She says she loves me and would never leave me or leave the other woman. I know she cares about me deeply. I told her it sounds like she's willing to let me walk. I don't need the "this is why you don't open your marriage" comments. I get it. I made the choices and own my part to why my once solid marriage is now rocky. I'm just venting and searching for clarity moving forward. Any advice moving forward is welcomed. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, please give it a like and write your opinion in the comments. See you soon.